Well, I'm on the play because I just got savagely blood moon on turn two with the stone nuts best opening hand I could have against an Affinity player. And
Yeah.
then as Moto wants to, like award me for all the money I put into this, they just give me two colorless lands and all the good cards in this deck against this matchup. So we're gonna have to mulligan this because Moto loves me so much. Oh, and this hand's even worse.
I had to mulligan this hand. I have 5 lands, a Mox Opal, and a Memnite, so I don't like it.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna mulligan this hand again because I have a 5 lands and a collective brutality, and it doesn't do anything.
Huh, okay. This hand's much better. We're going to keep this hand. The scry could definitely help the hand, but the hand is it's kind of honest, but it's decent. We
So
can draw
as
well.
so as this apparently worked for Z, I'm gonna try this mulligan 5 strategy.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
strategy. It's a new strat.
and also so we have 2 lands and we have these 2 spells, which is fine. And then this is like more of a catch-all that I hope I can cast. Granted, he probably has to turn one Blood Moon this game, so like it's not gonna matter as much. But in case he doesn't, we're gonna have this. So we're gonna keep it. We're gonna get a scry. I
Could you imagine the turn one Blood Moon? Just like the Savage Rips.
think we're gonna keep this. It's tough. Like we kind of need more of this variety of a magical card.
If you have 2 lands, you probably need to dig for more, right?
Well, like this card is like fine though as
Okay.
well.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
actually, I think I'm gonna have to ship it. It was a Spellstar Sprite.
Oh, this is the card we wanted to see on top of our library, so I would like to top that.
Oh, GG, boys. We're gonna just play this, and we're gonna put it in tap because I want to have access to 2 mana next turn.
No reveal.
No, 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 no reveal. We're not that lucky.
We're gonna play a Springleaf Drum, followed by a Memnite,
Oh boy, he's
and
going up.
followed by a Vault Scourge.
He is storming off.
Yes, my storm count is 3.
Another great card that we're gonna have to draw lands for. Kind of
Okay.
happy I bottomed the first card now, but we're just gonna play this now and lose to his turn 2 Blummin again.
Savage Rips, ready? Uh, Power.
Think. Well, I can't say thankful yet until he does something. Okay, he's moving to combat. Oh, we're thankful.
Are you thankful?
Yeah, so like the fact that I just need to try to stay alive, I'm gonna kill this now.
Okay. Fatal. So let's see if he has. Let's put him on the test. Does he have the counterspell? Savage! Savage 5! The perfects!
Perfect. I'm on 5 cards. Oh,
Savage. Uh-oh.
ooh, but
Oh. 3
one
lands
step,
now with
one
2
step
cards left.
closer.
1 step closer. Is that a 4-drop spelling?
Variety. It's okay. Again, we're gonna get Blood Moon this game, and we're just gonna die.
Hmm. I think I'm just going to go. Well, first we'll play a land,
Oh, that's how I feel about that one.
and we're going to play Akban Ravager,
That's actually fine.
followed by a Steel Overseer. Or a Springleaf Drumming, that's what I meant to say. And then I'm going to attack for 1. So here we could have attacked with some creature lands. I don't think it's correct though. We could dump onto the creature lands, but if he has a Snapcaster, we get wrecked by that. But we get wrecked by a Wrath if he has some. Like I know he has the Damnation at their side, and we get wrecked by a Wrath if he just draws a land. But you
Well,
know
we're not that lucky.
that would require a land.
We didn't draw land. We
Okay,
drew this, and again, right on time.
always start on time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably a counter spell for my Arcbound Ravager.
Could be the recall, and I'm just trying to tilt you off.
Probably. I mean, does he have the counter spell?
That it wasn't a recall.
Oh, it's the counter spell. Okay, it's a good one. 2 cards left. Like, I get to present a 2-turn clock with my Inkblot Nexus. It dies to Fatal Push and a bunch of other things, so I don't like doing that. Oops, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, especially knowing that I also played Ghost Quarters too. Like that's a liability that like is
Hmm.
not worth going for.
I am gonna go for the Infector kill because it's faster with this hand though. Especially because I had the Blinkbot Nexus to pump them later. Now, you could see that I didn't attack with Arcbound Ravager, and the reason for that is if he goes to kill Arcbound Ravager, the odds are I want to put it onto a creature land.
Well,
So that I'm present a faster clock.
once again, we did not draw.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. We want to play this before combat, actually, which is a little bit awkward. Okay, so is gonna get sprited. And we should have tapped the Inkmoth Nexus, not the Mudmoth, in this situation.
Yeah.
Although we wouldn't have enough mana to pump, and we had just enough mana to pump anyway. So, but I think we just attack with. So he has 2 cards left, and I feel like if he had a Fatal Push, he would have used it on the land last turn to try to set up some sort of interaction. So, and like he hasn't really played anything for a few turns, so I am actually going to activate this Inkmoth, and I'm going to swing in with it.
I'm gonna block.
Okay.
I didn't even do the math. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I want to be dead, but like I want to force him to like start either saving it with Arcbound or just sack it. Or if you just want to trade, that's fine for me too.
I think we actually pump onto Inkmoth Nexus. Like, if he has the removal spell, he has it. We also have these other lands as threats. So I want to leave enough to pump it. So I'm actually going to only pump 2 onto it. When I pump 2 onto it, so here's the liability. So I can do 3 or I can do 2. Either way, it's going to be a 3. It's going to be a 4/4 next turn and the 4/4 the following turn. So it's going to be just not enough to kill him. But if that will put him to 9, and then when he's at 9, then he'll be dead to either Inkmoth Nexus. Or I could sack the Memnite here and the Springleaf Drum, making it a 5/5. So it's a 2 kill shot. I'm actually gonna just sack this and put the 2 onto it. I think this is the best play since now we can activate. We can activate end pump, or we can just double activate Inkmoth Nexus's next turn.
Makes sense.
It's very tricky though. Like this is the part of Affinity that's very hard to evaluate because there's so many different lines you could have done in just that one turn. And
Yeah.
that sculpts the rest of the game. So you have to like read your opponent for what they're doing, and by like what Zach is saying, by the by how the play has gone, it feels like he has 4 drops stuck in his hand.
Yeah, because I could cast everything else
Yeah, exactly.
in my deck. So we drew this. That's gonna be good. Unfortunately, we still didn't have it hit a land. So we're just gonna pass.
Another 4 drop. All right, perfect. That's actually a very good card to hit here. And I am going to activate the Inkmoth Nexus. I'm going to attack with just the Inkmoth Nexus and the Memnite. I don't want to attack with the other Inkmoth Nexus because of a Sprite or something like that. And I'm going to pump here to make this go to 5 poison.
So in response, no reason to not pay life. I'm gonna dismember that.
Okay.
That buys us a lot of time.
Tons of time. Like, I am so far from killing him now.
Mutavault is a land.
It's very good.
We could jam this beauty of a magic card.
And that is another reason that I sacked the Arcbound Ravager earlier to try to pressure, is because Kalidas is very rough to see.
And in all fairness, he could have done it in response, but like it's probably better to do it now just in case I don't have anything like a slaughter pack just to completely blow him out.
Right, and it also pushed the damage. It pushed the issue as well because you're missing land drops.
Like if I didn't draw a dismember, I was dead in 2 turns.
Right.
So
1.5. It's like 3. Yeah, 2 more turns. It was a little slow.
But this also like puts a break on him attacking on the ground.
Yes. So I'm going to, I think, switch the
Race.
to raise the damage. Which I mean, lifelink is gonna be hard to do. But I think we can if we draw like a cranial plating, let's say a deal draw, we can outrace him with a Vault Scourge. But if he has any sort of removal, it's gonna be rough. Like this point in the game is not part of the point of the game where we win because Zach's typical top decks are better than my top decks.
Yeah, because like yours could be like mana with like what's it called, Mox Opals and like
Yes.
Springleaf Drums, whereas like all mine are live to be either removal or land, which is better for me to use anyways.
I have more powerful top decks, but you have more consistent top decks.
Yeah, so we're gonna animate this.
That's my opinion. I
That's
have
fair.
like I can draw a cranial plating or an etch champion, and those are huge. But your average draw is very good.
Yeah. So like because we drew this, I think it's fine. I'm gonna try to raise him.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I can't race. I have to draw a cranial plating to race, and if you have a counterspell for my cranial plating, then I can't race. Or I just draw the perfect. If he has a counterspell, I want to do it now in case he has a counterspell. I want to do it before he has more cards. I could do it on his upkeep. It's probably the best time to do it. But we got him.
There's no way I could even try to fix that.
Upkeep is probably the best time to do it.
Well, no, because then I could animate the beautiful and then sack it.
Oh, true, true. I forgot
So
that is a zombie.
because we have this, I'm gonna cast this on that now.
Yeah. Pinching me on mana is really good. Um, Also, that probably smells like a wrath.
So I know even though we draw this, I'm just gonna cast this now.
Smells like a rat to me. Yep, that's a
Now this
rat.
this puts him on very little good top decks.
Yes, since I only have one mana.
Obviously.
Obviously, true. The one thing I could actually cast. Now I have two mana. Obviously.
Well, that's a draw.
Yeah. That is certainly a draw, especially with Immunavault. That's very good. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna animate this beautiful if I tap right.
Yep. There you go. I probably don't win from this position now with a Bitter Blossom base, and he's at 17. So yeah,
And one infect.
yeah.
Yeah, like
There's like 0% I win here, and still cards in hand. Like he just like Zach can do nothing for the rest of the game and still be okay.
and that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing.
Yeah, which means this game's gonna go for a long time, but it's actually just done.
Yeah. We're just gonna pass now. That Polluted Delta was a good draw in case he does try to he draws a Blood Moon. We're gonna actually fetch now.
I
Like
don't
there's
win
nothing
with
that
the Blood
has.
Moon though right now.
Oh, try. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's actually a good point. And there's no reason to save this for like a revolt. Yeah, it's like because he said that I changed my mind to get the a Water Grave because it's like just the worst land to draw on top, and because I have this active Bitter Blossom going, it doesn't matter. And we drew this land, which is great. Still gonna pass again. We don't have to attack now. We're gonna start attacking soon though. I think we're just gonna save this for one more turn. Oddly enough, I think I have to do this.
Are you gonna like counterspell this?
Yeah.
Oh, is it cryptic?
Oh yeah.
I think that's actually the correct move since like I can just if somehow I'm able to like pump it or just attack for a huge amount of damage. It just is terrible for you.
So we drew that. Let's find out. Okay, so we're gonna add that one for mana. We're gonna animate this one. There's no cards in hand, so we're gonna animate this one. And we are going to right click, attack all.
Here's a question: why innovate the Creeping Tar Pit over the second Mutavault and leave more mana up for interaction?
Well, because the Mutavault is sick.
Oh, it is. You just played this turn.
Yeah, I just play it.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's 100% okay.
So I'm attacking, and this is fine because like this still trades with his whole board. This one Fairy Rogue. So like
It
whatever he
doesn't.
wants
It
to.
doesn't actually trade. I can't activate this land.
Why not? No. I'm saying like on attacks if you attack back.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But if he attacks back, then I just win that race for sure.
I'm just dead. I'm at 3, and I'm dead to Creeping Tarpon next turn.
Yeah.
Wow, I drew it, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because like again, this rogue trades with everything.
Right, right. And this is a classic example of where I had a decent hand. He had a few counter spells and interactive spells. I didn't draw much for a few turns. He was stuck on lands. Eventually, just drew out of it. Was able to wrath my board, take away my tempo. The Cletus, slowed me down for a little bit, and then just played a Bitter Blossom and won.
Yeah, like gaining that 3 life for that Cletus was like
Yeah,
backbreaking because I gave him absolutely no way to race when I had a follow up damnation as well.
exactly. Yeah. So that's game 4, and they're tied at 2-2. This is the deciding game, Zach.
Oh, I
How
get to pick the
exciting!
deck next week too. Jeez,
I'm picking, so that's that.
we gotta have some friendly trash talk here.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go to the game 5, and we'll see you there.